glad you're here, Earl. I thought I better set my computer on Do Not Disturb during my class so that it wasn't interrupted by hockey comments.
Ding.
Earl wouldn't do that, would he?
Well, ironically, my screen is split right now. Half mixed nuts, half the rest of the third period. Noel would be impressed, Ben.
I know. Hey, you guys have to say hi to my friends, Jordan and Samantha.
Hi, Jordan and Samantha.
Visit from my class to be disabused of any illusions about how intelligent I would look in class.
Hi, Earl. Hi, Sarah. You guys, how come you only come to Ben's class?
We'll see. We'll see if we can get him hooked.
Go slow, man. We're eating dinner.
Geshe,
Okay,
Michael,
sure.
He pays us the most to come to class, so
Oh,
Yeah,
easy decision.
twice as much as other people. Okay.
Guys, unbelievable video about the New York Sangha and the Three Jewels on CBS, on a major TV channel. It's very exciting. Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to do homework.
Ben, your last class was like 3 years ago, wasn't it?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. Here we go. To wrap up sort of on the traditional practices for a monk, the 12 traditional practices for a monk, 3 of them specifically revolved around where a monk may sleep. What were those 3, and what are the Tibetan names for those 3?
So we got our Shing Jumpa.
Cool. Great. What's that mean?
It's sleeping at the foot of a tree.
Cool. I would show you that one, but I have it down as number 2 because it happens after the other one. Happens after the first of the 3. There are 3 in a row, and that's the middle one. So yes, please do sleep at the foot of a tree if you're doing this practice.
Okay, I have that in my list as the first, but maybe a different
First
list.
of the 3 that
Of the 3, yeah.
revolve around where a monk may sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought I made up that this was a 3, but that's okay. What are the other 3? What are the other 2?
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe they're not where you're sleeping, but they're involved with sleeping.
Under your what word?
Under your shawl?
Exactly not, I guess.
Under the stars?
Right. Not under your shawl.
I thought you could put it over your head or something. Or
we get the impression that's specifically what you can't do.
Oh, okay.
But you didn't know better, so just do better tonight when you go to sleep, and it'll be fine. What else? It didn't seem as obviously related, but it does have to do with where you should sleep or where you may sleep.
I mean, not laying flat. I know.
Nah.
Under a tree, right?
We had under a tree. We got under a tree and
Without a cover.
uncovered. Where who might you sleep near?
Neil Charnel Ground?
Say again?
In ye old charnel ground?
Oh, you probably could get away with that. In a Gompa.
Monastery?
Gompa. Yeah, right. Cool. In a cloister.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right. Gompawa. Foot of a tree, and without a covering seems to be. Cool. So, just to get ourselves back in the mode of where we're at in biography land, which of Master Vasubandhu's students was said to have surpassed this teacher's own understanding of the topic of accurate perception?
That's it.
Dharmakirti or Dignaga.
No, sir. Or yes, Dharmakirti or Dignaga is right. No, someone pick one.
Dignaga.
Deal. Yeah, great.
Money too, Ben.
Yeah, great. I could have made some off that one. Who was that student's main student? Who was then Dignaga's main student?
Ishvarasena.
Ishvarasena. Yeah, cool. And Ishvarasena is important because he's getting into some shenanigans at this point in our text. So he lost a debate. He's in the middle of losing a debate and got forced into a position of saying that there are six tests to a correct reason. Tsulsum, usually we say Tsulsum, we say there are 3 tests, but apparently he said there are 6. And I'm about to reveal a small paragraph that I've butchered the translation of to my teacher. But in the meantime, let's see if we can sort out the 3 using the classical proof that sound is a changing thing. So how do we prove, how was sound proved to be a changing thing back in the day with the cool kids on the debate tour circuit?
Because it was made.
Yeah, Tibetan?
Juche?
Tepa.
Tepa. Yeah. How about the whole proof in Tibetan?
Jachen, Mitakte,
Yimbe Mitakte, yeah.
Cool, yeah. Drachach and Mitakte Chebe Cheer. Cool. Yeah, so consider sound. It's a changing thing because it's made. So let's freshen up on the 3 tests. What's the first one called?
Chokchu.
Chokchu. And what does Chokchu, I guess you could say, what does it mean? But that's not very helpful. How about exercising the Chokchu in this case? How would we run a Chokchu through this proof?
You would check if the 3rd element, which is the reason, connects legitimately with the 1st element, which is the subject. In this case, you would say, consider sound. It's made, so therefore the 1st test works out.
Great. Yeah, cool. Great. Chokcha, sound is made. Okay. Sounds great. How about the 2nd test or element?
J-cap.
J-cap, yeah.
J-cap. Cool. What does J-cap mean?
It indeed pervades.
Okay. Where you right. We have historically translated it as the positive necessity, which is a little bit better, but not that much better. But I don't know. I'd love it if we can come up with something better, but we'll see. Help me through it. The positive necessity. How would it work in the context of this proof?
It's a changing thing because it's made.
If it's a changing thing, then it's made.
Yeah.
Then it's made necessarily.
Again, but this time everybody at once. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Your homework problem.
Good. Great. Yes, 12 or more of you had it right. If a thing is made, then it must be changing. Yeah. Okay. And then finally, the last test is called the
Dokyap.
Dokyap. Which you'll never guess how I'm provisionally translating that.
The negative necessity.
Super. Yeah, great. And how would you run the Dokyap for me in this case?
All at once or one at a time?
Please, as many people as possible.
If a thing is
not-
changing,
If it's not changing,
It's
it
not
is not
changing,
made.
then it's not a thing.
Great. Yeah. Good. Perfect. Yes. Caffeinerific. Yeah. If a thing is not changing, then it must not be made. Okay. So this in hand, let's see how much trouble Ben can get into. Boss, I really struggled but
It makes my heart glad.
good. You'll be utterly satisfied in the act of being able to correct me.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
Can you make it a little bigger, Ben?
Yeah, I can make it exactly a little bigger.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so JCap is the relationship if 3, 2, right? Don't cap if not 2, then not 3.
Yeah.
And when who's the guy who got in trouble? Ishvara Sinha?
Ishvara Sena. Yeah.
Yeah, he was forced to say some weird things. Now, Tunchok means somebody translated as the field of similar cases, and it's not so bad.
Okay.
And it always refers to the second element, the Drupje.
Uh-huh.
In this case, takes it's changing, right?
Right.
So Tunchok means you can think of it as all the cases that fit changing.
Yeah. Everything that's changing.
Yeah, all the group of all similar things.
Yeah.
Is Tunchok. Okay. So is it just seeing? Is it enough to see that the thing which is put in the reason's position is a member of that group of similar cases? You see what I mean?
Yeah. And only there, right?
No, just
Oh,
here's the point, okay?
that's what got me in trouble then.
Yeah, is it
Yeah.
enough just to see that
I see.
being made is in the group of objects which are similar to things? Or I think Ishvara Sena got into troubles having to say to confirm the second relationship, which is between 3 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Confirm that if something is 2, he ended up saying you would have to perceive all the cases of 2.
Okay.
Okay, to confirm his opinion, his position that he got forced into saying, as I understand it, and it's a very famous position, he got forced into saying that to confirm the Jacob, it's not enough just to see that being made is in the group of similar things to changing. You would have to see all the things that are in the group of similar things to changing. And then you'd have to compare each one to being made and see if it matched. Which means you'd have to go through an infinite number of cases. And then that became impractical. Okay, something like that. Okay, so Tuncho la ton sam de Jacob da mi tuncho la ton sam de Dokyab kitsene joke but so. So what was Choklang's intention that he meant his student to follow, Gomba, was that look, to confirm the Jacob,
Yes.
all you have to do is see that the thing given as the reason which is made, it fits into the general theme of things that are changing. Okay, that's all. You just have to see that it's appropriate in some way to fit into that group. You don't have to go through every single group, every single member of the group that are of things that are similar to changing things to confirm that made is in there. That would take millions of years.
Okay.
So Dignaga's position that he was hoping his disciple would follow was, look, you just see that it's more or less fits into the group of things that are similar to item number 2, you're okay. Dignaga never said, I want you guys to check every single possible case which is similar to number 2. That's
Okay.
very good. So then you can apply the same idea to Dokyab. You want to do it, Ben?
Yeah, right. So you don't have to go through all the things that are not changing in order to see that none of sorry, yeah, in order to see that none of them are made. Rather,
in order to see that being made doesn't fit into that group.
right.
Mhm.
Rather just seeing that being made doesn't fit into that group. He doesn't say generally, but just seeing that, but just not seeing it in that group.
In other words, you have to think of made
Yeah.
and not made as general themes or principles. You don't have to. You don't have to examine every single member of made things,
Yeah,
and you
okay.
can't do it anyway.
Right.
And so to confirm that number 3 fits the theme in number 2, you just have to check a few cases and come up with a general principle.
Yeah.
Then to confirm that number 3 doesn't fit into the opposite of number 2, you just have to check a few opposite cases and see that the general principle's okay. But it's not possible to go through all the individual instances of made things or things which are not made. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Confirm the J-kyap and the Do-kyap. Okay.
So, mi tongba mangdu mepe.
Ishvara Sena mepad many mitumbas with the gongba of Choklang.
Okay, he tried to enumerate a lot of things that were not
Mention. Just
Yeah.
in
Stated. He took a lot of positions which were inconsistent with the intention of his teacher.
Okay. Is
But-
it?
but
I mean, is he being in saying mitumba here? Is he kind of trying to echo the language of?
That's a very sensitive observation, and I love that kind of thing when you're translating. Yeah, if you can make the listener feel the shadow of the first mitumba in this paragraph,
Mhm.
that would be brilliant. Yep, that'd be great.
Okay. Okay.
What's Masay?
Masay, like you don't have to exhaust them. Oh, he went on. He had more.
Yeah,
more
not
than
only did he say a lot of things that contradicted his position, and now we're going to pick up in the next paragraph.
Okay.
Just like I have a quick question about that one. Were those definitions like were the way they were worded made it clear that he was saying you would have to examine each and everything?
So
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
So
what
sorry.
That's what the Sosor was doing.
Yeah.
Tunchok means the group of similar cases, and me Tunchok means the group of dissimilar cases. But we never intend a logician or a thinker to think of every possible similar case, because those are endless. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And it wasn't, to be fair to Ishvara Sena, apparently it wasn't his intention to go there. He was forced there during a debate.
Mhm.
He was pushed into a corner and left there. Okay. I'd be interesting to we could reenact it, right? Like they do those Civil War reenactments and stuff. Okay. All right.
We might have to do that by the time we get far enough in this text.
It's a requirement for your students.
I get to play choke long.
That's the only good part.
Exactly.
Oops, not there. Hang on. Ben, I'm sorry. I'm lost. I got the right one up. Hang on.
You made a note that this is the topic of Adam's text, so probably you could search the word Adam's text even.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No.
There we go.
5:17. That'll get you there.
Say again.
5:17. No space, not a dash.
17. Oh, I think I got the wrong one. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Got it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Please read. And Adam, if you're there, you could check this guy since it's from your book also.
Mhm. Cool. down to Dokyap. The next, we just did.
Oh, you did this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did we?
Well,
Oh,
we
yeah.
did the top one, not the bottom one. So back up a little bit. That's it. The one that starts with Dokyap Nge.
I'm gonna push this down a little bit. Okay.
That's great. That's helpful.
All right, please read. Adam, you got the plane. I got the macaroni.
Dokyap Ngepa la mitunchok la ma tongwa tsamgi choki mitunchok la mepar nge na mitunchok tadak la mepar ngepa la mitunchok tadak nge ngebe chigo yangi tunchok tadak ma nge kyang jekyap dang dokyap tube chir.
Good. Smart. I'm really sorry to eat during class. It's a very bad habit. But it's 60 classes and we have to eat somewhere.
Dinner time.
Dokyap ngepa la mituncho la. In order to ngepa.
Ascertain.
Yeah, or how about we say confirm or something?
Okay, yeah.
In order to confirm the third of the three relationships, that if
Yes.
it's not three, it's the choke here is crucial. Second line, second word. It does
Right.
not have a vowel.
It doesn't have it right. It's not highest. I was imagining it that it's somehow a word for the assertion here.
Anybody?
To be
Yeah.
allowed to.
Tim said allowable.
Allowable. Okay.
Yeah, and it's used in colloquial Tibetan for, would your teacher choke you to leave the room or something?
Okay.
Would you allow me? Would you permit me? Permit me. So here it means it's enough. Okay. In order to confirm the validity of the third relationship, it's enough to just not see something in the group of dissimilar cases.
Okay.
Okay. In other words, made is not in the group of things which are unchanged, not changing. Three is not in the group of not twos, which is dokwa, the third relation. Okay. It's not to say, but if you had to nge, that number three was mepa in the mutuncho.
Right. If you had to see that made things were not in the set of things that are not.
Yeah, entire set of things which were not changing. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Then mituncho tadala mepange. You'd have to check every single.
Yeah. Tadak, like endless numbers of things that are not like changing
Good.
things.
Good, right. And ngepala mituncho tadak ngegope. And in that case, since you would have to ascertain or confirm it with every single member of the mituncho, of the things that don't fit two. Okay. Then, and by the way, it all ties back, by the way, here's an extremely important section. For a reason to be valid, who has to accept the three relationships?
Oh, the debater, the opponent. Yeah.
The opponent has to recognize that if something is, the opponent has to recognize that sound is made. The opponent has to recognize that if it's made, it's changing. And the opponent has to recognize if it's not unchanging, it cannot be made. And only then are they a valid opponent. Which means they got all the parts, they never tied it together.
Okay.
It's weird. That's what
Okay.
that's what they say. Chigu yanda. Okay.
A correct,
A legal opponent,
appropriate opponent.
understands the three relationships, but they never tied it together. Okay. Got it?
Right.
And by the way, that's the only way to win an argument with your wife.
Uh-huh.
No, really, you are not allowed. By the way, it is not a correct reason to give a correct reason to a wrong person. It is not a valid Buddhist reason to give a correct reason to the wrong person. Then it's an invalid reason. It's interesting. It's very interesting. There is no truth independent of the level of the listener. Okay, which means you got to have different philosophical schools to cover everybody. Duh. Okay, so a legal opponent,
Yes.
even though they haven't mi turn cho ta da mange.
Right. They have not like seen exhaustively that every single thing that's not changing.
By the way, he's not talking here about ngepaing, that the reason is not in the mituncho. He's just saying
You don't have to say everything in the Mituncho, period.
exactly. You can't expect a valid opponent to try to anticipate every possible object that might be in not made things. Sorry, not changing things.
Okay.
You can't expect the person to.
Okay.
Possible case. Mangekyang,
Right. But even though that's true, you can still establish both the J-Kyap and the Do-Kyap.
yeah, even though we can't expect even a legal opponent to have anticipated all the possible exceptions.
Yes.
They can accept on principle that if something is this, it must be that, and that if something is this, it cannot be that.
Yeah.
Sorry, if something is not this, it cannot be that. Okay, cool. It's a very and actually this kind of thing irritates me a lot because it's not fair to a person who hasn't studied logic to do this at the introduction. You know,
Yes.
that's on copy and device, favored by the first big teacher, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
He's bringing up stuff that you're going to get in a year. So, you know, what's the point?
It's very effective at making me feel like I need to study more.
Maybe. It's probably made the 50 students drop out for everyone a year. Okay. Anyway, let's keep reading. And who would you like to check you, Mr. Ben?
I'm looking at Hasso's face right now.
Kind of handsome.
Yeah. Dena mitunchok la ma tongwa tsam dokyap tu shakpa rikso sheme rangi lopma pel chikijokpa lang de tarten.
Good. Hasso, by the way, I think Flagstaff is fine. If you can get a reasonable room there, that's fine. But when the winter comes, move down to VLC. Okay, then me too chokla mato at some don't cap to shop or look so shame. What's this about, Ben? Then
And well, if that's true, then since that's true,
yeah. Just seeing that.
And yeah, just seeing seeing that the reason is not in the set of things that are like the assertion.
Yeah, is not observed in the set of dissimilar number twos. Okay, not the usual number two. Okay. To establish just not seeing as opposed to ngepa.
As opposed to certainty.
Ascertaining.
Saying ma ngepa is illegal. Saying ma tonga is acceptable. You can just observe that the reason is not in the group of dissimilar cases, that's enough. You don't have to ascertain it in the sense of checking every possible combination or something, okay?
Okay.
Shakpa, so this shakpa is the past tense or future tense of jokpa, okay?
Jokpa.
That's enough.
This is a good way to put it forth.
Yeah, sheme, that's what we say. And the next part's easy.
Oh, and then his student, Master Dharmakirti, taught it this way.
Who's student?
Ishvarasena's student.
Good, yeah. And there's a lot of talk in the monastery that Dharmakirti studied directly with Dignaga.
Oh, right.
They are called the spiritual father and son. But most people believe they were not direct teacher and disciple, and that Ishvarasena and maybe some others were between. Okay.
Yes.
All right, keep going, handsome. Who was checking you? I forget.
It was Hasa.
Let's go, Hassel. Say something critical here.
Okay. Chiki Jakpe, Choglangi, Gongpa, Gongpa Jitawa Shin Sikne, Wangchuk de la Gakpa Zepa Sop Op to Chiki Jaki, Namtar Kapsu Cheto.
Nice. This is easy. You guys work it out.
Okay. Shindu. So
Sikh is honorific of Tong.
yeah, he's saw like Master Dharmakirti saw it in line with the true intent, we assume, of Dignaga.
Perfect. Yep.
Yeah. And then he and then in the context of the life story of Master.
Just do this part. Wangchuk de la Gakbaze. Just do that much.
And he corrected or refuted, Master Dharmakirti refuted these positions of his teacher, Master Ishvarasena, in his writing.
Yeah, good. And we're gonna check out that history Oktu.
Oh, later when we get to Master Dharmakirti, we will parse that.
Yep. And what's Namtar mean?
The life story, the biography or story of the liberation of that.
Yeah, we're gonna have the life story of Dharmakirti below, and we'll say more about how he denied the positions of his teacher Ishvarasena. Okay. Hey, good. You're making good progress here today.
Meant to be fun.
About to jump off a cliff. Look at this too. Please read this easy sentence. Let's do one more hustle. Hustle's strangely quiet. I think he's thinking about.
Nipa Shung.
My staff has more ladies than VLC for sure. Also. Okay.
Nipa Shung Deni ki zepa po pelden chiki jak ki chewa chupala.
No mistakes. Nothing. No mistakes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he made a mistake here. He said Deni.
Yeah, whoops. I did. It's true. Okay. Yeah, here we are in the second section of some kind. Which is that the presentation of is it this very section, the parts of the presentation of Master Dharmakirti?
We're going to talk about the glorious Dharmakirti, who happens to be the Zepapo of this shum.
Okay, the Zepapo, the teacher, but or
The
the
au-
student, but
author.
Zepapo is like, oh, the author of this root text that
Yeah,
we're
of this classic that we're going to be studying.
Yeah,
And let's talk him up a little bit, Chewa.
yeah, words of praise of Jopa.
Gibson's text had an interesting interpretation of the word Chewa this morning. Anyway, it said something like, we don't really talk about the greatness of the author. We're talking about his, I don't know, I forget, understanding emptiness or something like that. Okay, now you cannot split this paragraph and you cannot take a breath. 2, 3. Okay, this is all an unbelievable sentence. What's the purpose of it, Ben?
What's the purpose of it being long, or what should be the purpose of the sentence? We
What is-
imagine it praising Master Dharmakirti.
Yeah, so I don't know. Look, if you wrote a book for 30 years, which is
Yeah.
what Yeshe Wangchuk did,
Yeah,
maybe the author means a lot to him.
yeah.
Let's break it up into pieces, which is the only way to approach this sentence. But I challenge you to do one sentence. Automatically, you could make it one sentence in English.
Oh, cool.
Let's
Okay.
let's do it in pieces.
Okay.
Let's say up to Usu.
Okay, great. Thanks.
And Hasso can help you.
Okay, one.
Oh,
Uh,
how can I help you, Ben?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's the
Kudos from every other sentence.
middle
Yeah.
of.
He's in the middle of
Yeah.
how many? Boom.
He's in the middle of
2,000 Kepe Wambos.
the 2,000 powerful masters.
Yeah, he's in the middle of 100,000 master lords of sages
Yeah,
of both Rangde, Rangdrupta, and Shendrupta.
probably Buddhists and non-Buddhists.
Yeah, of both our own and other schools. Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
And how does he feel in the middle of that assembly, which usually means the debate ground with opponents all around you, like you're in the middle of a battle?
Yeah.
He's like a Minjigbe Senge.
A fearless lion.
Yeah, and we had it this morning, didn't we?
Yeah, moments
Yeah.
ago. I
Yeah, in
thought.
the last class.
He doesn't.
was the great Naro of this.
But doesn't say the roar of the lion. Senge
Naro means
tempo.
Naro means roar, and he gives he gives forth the roar of the lion who is Minjikpa,
Fearless.
fearless lion. What does he do? He affects all the Lokba Mawas.
All those who say dumb stuff.
Yeah, good.
All those non-Buddhists.
Who are like Redux.
Who are like redox. I don't like.
Wild beasts.
Wild animals. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're just like animals in the forest. Okay, Raki. So even a tremendous army of them. Okay, Tamche. They get Jigba, which is Nangba, which we also had this morning.
They're scared.
They get not only regular scared, they get Drakpo scared.
Oh, fiercely scared.
Yeah, they get scared out of shit as something less. And they're Bopa Shum. Bopa means they're chutzpah.
Courage, isn't it?
Chutzpah, courage, yeah.
They'll-
means that
Bravery.
they lose it. They lose all their courage.
Mm.
Okay. And we had Mepa earlier today too. They Mepa their heads like the Yelgas of a Shing.
Oh, they bow their heads like the branches of a tree.
Yeah, nice. Like the branches of a tree, especially my trees, because I never have time to water them. And Dharma Kirti Ki Chisung.
Dharmakirti, what does he say?
Whatever
he says.
Yeah, whatever he says.
They Hlurlan means automatic or spontaneous. Okay? They get spontaneous kupa and dupa.
Devotion, reverence.
Yeah, they feel instantaneous, spontaneous reverence for him, and so they put their heads at his table.
I guess that's the big toe. Of it.
They touch their heads. Raptatub means they jam it right in there.
Weird.
It's the Chapabong was a yupa of tuk, right? To meet somebody. They meet their head on his toe. And he hang on. Yeah, okay. He jimbas, which is the first perfection.
Yeah, he gives
them the mik.
an eye.
Yeah, he grants them eyes, new eyes of Lodru.
Intelligence.
Yeah, which can divide Che from Chimin.
Distinguish the teachings from what are not the teachings, like
Yeah,
true and false
almost
teachings.
like they touch their forehead on this big toe and they get a third eye in the same place. Okay.
Cool.
And now they can distinguish between what's correct Dharma and what's not correct Dharma.
Yeah.
Pepe, in fact, he is Jikten Sumdu Nyemba Japa.
He is renowned through all three worlds.
Yeah, of samsara, really. Okay, of the world, of all three realms of the world, the three worlds. Okay, Nyanjak. Why is that particular one?
Why is that?
Yeah, it's coming right after Che, and it's dark.
Right.
Oh, Chiki Drakpa.
Yeah, they're hiding his name here. Okay, they got the eyes of wisdom to separate between Dharma and non-Dharma, and then they became Kirti.
Super Kirti.
Yeah, Kirti. Okay, so good luck on that. Nyandaki. Baden means a flag. Okay, like a big, like those guys in the trunk trops. They're around here. There's people with 20-foot flags on an expensive trailer hitch, like 15 feet up and 20 feet up in the air. Anyway, that's a button, and they drive around town with that button. Chicheyoa.
Like
that flag is super flopping.
Yeah.
Okay, and he became the Wangchuk of all the Sungrabs of Doenlong.
Yeah, the Ishvara, like the powerful master of all the open and secret teachings.
Yeah, good. All the teachings. In fact, he is like the Nima of all Mawas.
He's the son of all of those who speak, all of those masters.
Yeah. He's like the Urser that comes from the sun. That sun. Okay.
Light of that sun.
And that light clears away all the Mishipe Mumba.
Yeah, it clears the darkness of misunderstanding.
Jirpa means chases it to a Gyanring.
To a far off place.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe
That sunlight of his teaching chases the darkness far, far away.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is this guy? Lopet doesn't jiggy drama.
Yeah, Master Dharmakirti,
Yeah.
the famous. I mean, you're gonna have to say his name in English here at some point, right, to bring out some of these puns, right?
Oh God, I gotta see your first attempt at this page.
Come on.
We might just put it on the wall of the scriptorium for a while. Take down the Heart Sutra, put this up.
I need my first grossest draft.
I think we should have Ezra check that first. Okay, here we go. Who's checking you, Ben?
Oh, how about Earl?
Yay, Earl.
Okay.
Make some mistakes for Earl.
Okay, cool. Dei Krung Yulni, Gyagar, Laho, Chok, Wangchuk.
What was sorry, man. Low?
Oh, hello. Oh, sorry. Hello. Hello, Chok, Gel Wangchuk Gi Norban.
Whoa.
Says it right there.
What it says.
Norbu Shepam Chimale Yul Ben. Oh, sorry, it says Ben. Yul du Chilo du Rabdun Be Gotsam Shik La Kukum.
Trung?
Yeah, I think you're right. Thank you. Yeah.
Ben, you got a minute.
Okay, thank you. I will tell the boss to be quick.
What's the trivial of this master? Keyu.
Where's he from?
Where was he born? What's his hometown?
Yeah.
Gyagar Hlochok.
Oh, the south of India.
Yeah, and I want you to recreate the Sanskrit. It's Gyal Wangchuk Norbu, the crown jewel of the Lord of Kings.
Okay.
So probably Lokesh Chandra would be helpful. And you can otherwise known as the land of Trimala.
Okay, cool.
So that might help you, and it might not help you at all. And in the counting of Chilo, which is sometimes called Chilo.
Regular years?
Yeah, in Western years. Okay.
Oh yeah, great, thanks.
Generally accepted years, but sometimes it's spelled Chilo, which means outsiders year counting. The way they count the outside. Tibetans keep their years in the years since the first kings. It's 2000 something right now, 2600 or something. Okay, Turab Dumba means 7th century in Western counting. Okay, Goltsam means just at the very start of the 7th century he was born.
That's indeed true.
And I personally don't like it when they corrupt their own customs with Western customs in a book, but I think it makes the book dated. When this calendar system that we use from the birth of a certain person that's going to fade away, and there'll be 100 other ones. I think we should keep the original one. Anyway, there you go. He was born around the beginning of the 7th century, which is a pretty accurate estimate according to most people. Cool.
Awesome. An assignment, boss?
Yeah, hang on. I'm just putting this stop here thing.
Thank you.
Okay, let's look here. What would be fun? I think the next 3 big sections: Yup, Yup, Chum, and Rangi Yup.
Oh boy. Okay.
And if you have some extra time, do the verse. It's not difficult. It's just a story of his childhood, and it's pretty common words. Okay, there's nothing really nasty here, except from the Ronyandrana.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Sashi, boss, and again, my friends Jordan and Samantha that came to visit this class today. So hello to them, and thank you for.
Yeah, cool. This is going to be a great book. Yeah.
And I love them, and
You're
it's
able
nice to have
to discipline people by hitting them on the head with this. It's going to be about 1,000 pages or something.
awesome.
All right, good. See you guys. Nice to see you, Earl, Sarah. And Leah, thanks for the yoga class. That was really cool. That was really, really fun. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right.
Thank you,
Yes, left.
Geshe. And thanks, everybody.
Okay, and we'll see you in about 5 minutes, you guys, right?
Thank you.
7 minutes.
Whoa, that's enough for a big start.
Amazing.
Bye.